How's it going, everyone? Liam Catterson here, and we are going to be reacting to episode number 8 of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, which is called I, Robot, You, Jane. Last episode, like I said, best episode so far. But I said that about episode 6, but episode 7 was, just upped the ante. It was just really, really good knowing about Angel and what he really is and what really happened to him. It was just a really, really stellar episode all round, and hopefully we can keep this momentum up because, I've really, really enjoyed the last couple of episodes so much, and I'm really, I'm not gonna lie, I'm really, really loving this show. Like, I'm really loving getting into this show. I mean, it's only like 7 episodes, but I am becoming more connected with the characters. I am growing to love them even further throughout the show, and it's just been super, super fun stuff. So, with that said, let's get into episode number 8 of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Extended reaction should be up on Patreon. Let's go.
Quello che desidero, il tuo amore.
Oh, like intimacy?
Il mio amore.
Like... Oh!
E fuori!
I'm gonna say that design looks sick. Oh man. Are they trapping him in that book? Wow.
In society without being a slave to the idiot box.
That's TV. The idiot box is TV. This is the good box.
Yeah, computers are good box.
The printed page is obsolete. Information isn't bound up anymore. It's an entity. The only reality is virtual. If you're not jacked in, you're not alive.
Wow.
Thank you, Fritz.
Willow. Oh no. This is gonna be... Oh, is this the day? Oh no. Oh no.
Talked all night. It was amazing. He's so smart, Buffy, and he's romantic, and we agree about everything.
Oh, Willow.
Oh, what's he look like?
Willow.
I don't know.
Oh, it's the demon, isn't it? Oh no. You infatuated with a demon, honey.
Yes, I will, I promise.
That's incredibly stupid.
Will, down, girl.
No,
Let's
no.
focus here, okay? What do you actually know about this guy?
Oh, see, I knew you'd react like this.
Like what?
Nothing,
I
is
just
it?
want to make sure you're careful, that's all.
Oh, shoot.
He could be different than you think. Intense, and then you find out that he has a hairy back.
Well, no.
Very
He doesn't
judgmental,
talk like
Buffy.
somebody who would have a hairy back. And anyways, that stuff doesn't matter.
How would a
when you
person
really
with a
care
hairy
about
back
each
talk like?
I mean, sure he says he's a high school student, but I can say I'm a high school student.
You are.
Okay, but I can
I
also say
see
that I'm
what's
an elderly
going-
Dutch woman. Get me?
Yes.
I mean, who's to say I'm not if I'm in the elderly Dutch chat room?
I get your point.
This is
your
like
point.
the theme, isn't it?
Oh, this guy could be anybody. He could be...
I'm jacked in.
Oh my god.
I'm jacked in.
Okay. Oh! Oh, no.
Whoa. Hey, late girl.
See, the jacked in
I was
dialogue.
I understand.
Malcolm was right.
Let's go hold on you, Willow. That's the thing, this is like a first time for Willow.
Dave?
Problem is, like,
Hey there, Dave.
even if this was
Maybe
someone
don't.
posing as a person on the internet,
I wanted to ask you
Willow's the
something.
wrong
Do you have a
person,
minute?
because we have to protect Willow.
What is it? She's too close. What do I do?
Don't do anything bad. No, we don't do anything bad to Buffy.
Party.
No party.
Whatever is going on there, maybe on the up and up.
If CRD opened, it would have been on the news.
Besides, I can just tell something's wrong. My spider sense is tingling.
Hey.
Spider sense.
Pop culture reference. Sorry.
Yes, but, we're still at a standstill. Short of breaking into the place, I see...
Breaking in. And this is the plan.
Kids really dig the library, don't you?
We're literary.
To read makes our speaking English good.
We'll be going now.
We'll continue
What was
this conversation
that?
at another time.
I think we're done. So speaking English is good.
I panicked, okay?
I've never felt this way.
God damn it, Santa!
I know what you mean. I
Willow,
feel like
honey.
you know me better than. How did you know that?
It's on her permanent record.
Oh, shoot.
You must have mentioned it.
Yeah, I did, didn't I?
I guess.
Let's not worry about
You
her
dropped the
anymore.
ball, Malcolm.
I have to say.
Carefully guarded repositories where only a handful of white guys can get at it.
Nonsense. I simply don't adhere to a knee-jerk assumption that because something is new, it's better.
This isn't a fad, Rupert. We are creating a new society here.
A society in which human interaction is all but obsolete, in which people can be completely manipulated by technology.
Well, human interaction isn't technically obsolete. Oh, Lord, no, no,
Get
no.
started.
Ah!
Get out!
Oh, shit, shit. Ooh.
Things like this. Forgive me, Mom and Dad. At least now I'll have some.
Oh,
Remember me. Love, Dave.
shit. He's. Oh, no, no.
I'm gonna kill Dave.
He's gonna make it look like a
What,
suicide.
he set you up? Is she gonna be okay?
Stay
Oh.
away from Willow. It is none of your business.
Ooh.
So that's what Malcolm looks like.
You wouldn't tap that, would you?
So much for delete file.
This is very bad.
Are we overreacting? He's in a computer. What can he do?
I'm guessing Sunnydale don't
Maybe
have
besides,
a
he ends up having the nice kid
antivirus
to try and kill me.
installed. It's a glitch. Oh my Oh!
Okay. The divine exists in cyberspace, same as out here.
Are you a witch?
I don't have that kind of power. Techno-pagan is the term. There are more of us than you'd think.
Is it
Well,
bad that I'm shipping these two?
Definitely help me.
She's
What's inside the
she's
space
Giles,
of the world is
like
less than
in
divine.
the computer world, and
Welcome, my
I'm
love.
getting Ultron vibes.
I can't tell you how good it is to see you.
Oh, leave Willow alone.
With my own two eyes.
He's literally Ultron.
Form again. To be able to walk. To touch.
It's got Dalek sounds. Oh. My God, say no strings are on me.
Not a flash, you just hope enough of my group responds.
Won't Monarch just shut you down?
Well, I'm betting he won't
Group,
figure out what we're doing
ooh.
until it's too late.
Hoping and betting, that's what we've got.
You want to throw in praying? Be my guest.
I don't understand.
I love her. I love
What do you
her.
want from
I love
me?
her
I
interactions
want to
with
give you the world.
Giles.
Why?
You created me. I brought these humans together.
Good
to
job,
build
Willow.
me a
You're
body,
Tony Stark.
but you gave
I'm not yours. I'm never gonna be yours. Never.
More like it's deject. Well, no means no.
pity.
By the power of the circle of
Oh my
Kalis,
God.
I command you.
That's sending shivers down my spine.
I won't go back.
Good Giles.
Hey, I gotta hit someone.
Oh God.
Why don't we break up? But maybe we can still be friends.
Yeah, Willow. Shit, Willow. Quips don't work unless you're able to kick their ass.
This body is all I have left. but it's enough to crush you.
Take your best shot.
Guess you could say he's just gotten terminated.
It's there and then it's gone.
Very
If
deep
it's to
stuff.
last, then the getting of knowledge should be tangible. It should be smelly.
Well,
Very
you
deep,
really are an
very
old-fashioned
deep.
boy, aren't you?
Well, I don't dangle a corkscrew from my ear.
That's not where I dangle it.
I ship these two.
The one boy I've had the hots for since I moved here turned out to be a vampire.
Right, and the teacher I had a crush on? Giant praying mantis?
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, it's life on the Hellmouth.
Let's
You've
face
all
it,
got screwed
none of
up
us are ever gonna
love
have
lives.
a happy, normal relationship.
We're doomed.
Yeah.
Reality does sink in. Oh man. That was fun. I mean, they've got a point. Their love life so far, and it's only been 8 episodes, have all been screwed up, and that sucks. So yeah, that was fun for me. It wasn't as glorious as the previous 2 episodes were. I really thought they were on another level. But I did enjoy going through this episode. There were a few bits where I was like, especially with how, well, I'm not going to look about the fact that this episode is like a different universe, technologically speaking, because technology has definitely come a long way from like the mid-90s to stepping into the 2020s. And of course, that will always age and all of that. I think even then, the technological advances would be obvious. Well, then again, people we always make that joke about people 70 years ago always think of 2030, like flying cars, everything and all of that. And that's not happening anytime soon and all of that. But yeah, some of the dialogue was a bit off, especially any comment by that Fritz, like, about being jacked in. It was just absolutely, it was terrible, especially when he kept repeating it. Although, then again, that was under the rug compared to what he was doing, which was like, ugh. I saw something outside. Is that a bubble? Awesome. Someone's blown bubbles outside. Anyways, yeah, I thought that was... I'm going to be distracted now, because bubbles... I'm like that fish on Nemo. Bubbles, bubbles! Anyways, yeah, that was overlooked with him cutting himself and all of that. But, yeah, and then he was, like, talking about, books are obsolete and all of that. And I beg to differ. I love books and all of that. And, hey, sometimes they're better than a computerized world, or something developed by computers. I know this is going far off, but take a look at Game of Thrones, for example. Like, the books are probably a bit better. Like, the books will probably end better than what a computer-generated version would look like, which is technically true. Like, you export it via a means of computer and all of that. So, yeah. I could go on, but yeah, books are like, sure, the computer version will be more preferred and all of that, but it doesn't mean it's not going to be as totally reliable. Yes, books can be outdated, but sometimes, like, reliable sources on the internet can give off incorrect information. Like IMDb, Wikipedia, yeah, all of that. So I'm not going to get into the debate of it, but yeah, technology. I mean, it's not just a debate about books versus technology in this episode. Like, you could just see some of the things, like that laptop. Yeah, not exactly what I've got today. I will say that. But like I said, I'm not going to say, okay, well, that was a bit of a downgrade, considering I I knew coming into this, like it's not going to be like what you would see today. If Buffy, if this entire thing was developed in 2019, there would be some changes and all of that. I would feel, especially the get up on Moloch's final design. I just realized Moloch and Malcolm. He didn't really need to brainstorm a name or just use a different name because it's similar, isn't it? Yeah, Moloch's robot design would be completely different because it looks cool for the time. I will admit, it looks really, really cool for the time, but it would probably be different these days. But well, maybe he would have the Ultron look because he was basically Ultron. Like this was, I think, Whedon's take on Ultron before he was allowed to do like Age of Ultron, because there's that area of like love and compassion. Like he was supposed to be a peace program, Ultron. And yeah, he was loose on the net, causing havoc, and then he had a robot body, which is Ultron. So yeah, and it is so funny because like I did make an Ultron comment and all of that. But here we go. So yeah, and then moments later you just see his hand and all of that, and in his true form, it actually has the the same color scheme as well. Like he had red eyes and a silverish body. So yeah, I do think Age of Ultron is basically Whedon I don't know, like a step up from the Buffy episode and all of that. So yeah, I am disappointed there was no comment about no strings on me or something like that. We could have had that, to be fair. Just why? Yeah, but like I said, this episode was fun to get into. It wasn't high-tiered quality, but it was still fun for me to watch. Yeah, like I said, there were some cringe-worthy dialogues and all of that, but it wasn't enough to make me think, well, this is a really, really shit episode for me. Yeah, the focus on Willow in this episode was really, really great. I love Willow so much, and she still remains, I think, my favorite character so far throughout the show. And I just feel so, like, I just want to give the girl a hug. Like, she did not deserve that, and Moloch took advantage, and he can rot in hell. But I did like the theme of this episode being about people on the internet. Like, you shouldn't jump the gun in terms of who you meet online. They could say they are whatever, and it's not exactly going. It could not be exactly true and all of that. Then again, like technology, some like you can. It is easier to know who you can trust across the net to an extent. Like you, it's still a bit of a dangerous risk and all of that, but it's not like someone you meet across the net, like you've only seen across the net, are automatically red flags and all of that. Like you can still develop that trust. Just you've got to be careful, especially with the fact that he didn't show an image of himself and all of that. And even then, that could be mislead. Like that could be doctored, or that could be a fake image of like someone that people. I mean, you could, like, these days you can check the internet to see if the image is fake and all of that, or if there's like duplicates out there to know, oh, so you're using a model's body and all of that. But yeah, I liked how this episode did present that message on be careful about going about the internet, because you could blindly fall into someone you have no idea who they are about. They could, like, Xander made a really, really good point. Like, what if I was like some Dutch woman or whatever? And it's not, and that is a good point. Like, you could have males impersonating females and all of that. You can have people trying to collect your pictures and all of that. Like, especially if they want to see down there and all of that, and they could spread that all across the internet, etc., etc. Yeah, you could run that risk, and yeah, it's not just about obviously that and that, but it's just basic trust and all of that. Like anything to do with trusting an individual you have not met across the net, is a bit of a risky idea. So yeah, and even then you could have that idea of obsession, stalking people across the internet, I guess, because Moloch was like, "I love you. You gave me life," and Willow rejected Moloch after finding out the truth and all of that. And even then, like even before then, Willow, when she found out that there was something suspicious going on because of the fact that he brought up the fact that Buffy was kicked out when he couldn't have known that, he still kept chasing. Well, it's not like she said, I don't want you to speak to me again. She just said, I had to go. But she when she got home, she switched the monitor off after the first message, and he kept presenting himself. So yeah, I really, really love the theme about how dangerous it can be to trust someone over the internet you have no idea about. They could be anyone. Like I said, these days it's a bit easier, especially with the enhancements in technology and all of that, but it's still dangerous, and it's still a present threat to this day. Speaking of technology today, Giles would have a heart attack. When I was talking about how Moloch's robot design would be better if it was done today, well, if Giles existed today, he would have a heart. He would be written off in the first episode because of the advancement in technology. And he's got a point. People are obsessed with technology these days. I mean, you got your mobile phones, you got your tablets, etc., etc. I'm always on my computer and all of that because I'm making videos and all of that. And not that it's a bad thing, but to be fair, the computer's the only company that's. I'm sounding sad now, but yeah, it is just funny to think about. But I do like Giles's reaction to like what is happening now. But I was gonna say I did love his interactions with Miss Calendar. Like I think she's a great addition, Miss Calendar. I do like that she is basically the computer counterpart to Giles. Giles is more preferred to his books. Miss Calendar is the techno whiz. So I think they are setting things up. There were teasers and all of that, but I would absolutely love them to be a ship and all of that. I mean, why not? Buffy has Angel, and Willow and Xander can be a thing. So why not be fair to Giles? And she seems like a decent soul as well. So yeah, she could fit right in. Yeah, it was really, really good, though. I felt so bad for Dave as well. Like, the thing is, if you follow the pattern of what this show has given you, they're going to play it off as if he did commit suicide rather than he was. But I'm just trying to think, like, how did Fritz kill Dave? It's going back to the hyena situation where Fritz was brainwashed by Moloch, and I'm guessing normality is kicked in or something like that. But and if he does remember killing Dave, then that's going to be on his mind. But not just that, though. They are going to play this off probably as Dave's suicide. And again, it's all down to the fact that we're not going to have any reaction whatsoever. Like, yeah, there might be that complaint about, well, do we really need to see the focus on Dave's parents, who we're probably never going to see again? But I think it's strong because Dave seemed like a really, really decent soul, and then we have the fact that this demon orchestrated a suicide note for his parents to find, and it's gonna probably damage them psychologically because they're going to be thinking how they could have prevented this and all of that when Dave wasn't even suicidal to begin with. So as kind of Ultron-y, and you couldn't get past the idea of Moloch being basically Ultron before it was cool. It is very, very grim to think about what he did. He could have. He's done even worse as well. Like, he screwed up medical reports. That's going to be an absolute travesty as well, especially if someone needs something at a certain time and they can't get it and they have like some kind of reaction. So he has caused quite a bit of a storm, but it makes for I love the concept. I really do love the concept of this demon going around the internet and basically causing disruption to people, as well as the idea that it teaches, because I am noticing that these episodes do carry some kind of message, and the message with this one, with the fact that he did target Willow, is and he's thankful for to Willow for releasing him. Yeah, the message being that what I've just mentioned about people on the internet and trusting those who you don't even know, like you don't even know existed and all of that. But yeah, it was a really great. It was fun. It wasn't as good as the previous 2 episodes. I'd say, I don't know. I'm trying to think about all the episode rankings. I think it's better than episode 4. Maybe 5, but I'm not so sure. But it was pretty good. There were some bad bits, but I did love the idea of the whole fact that the demon went around. The demon basically became Ultron, because it's not like it was uncharacteristic. He feasted on the idea of roping people in with promises of love and I will give you what you want, etc., etc. And you kind of get that with people who pretend, like, who you date on the internet as well, who you have no idea exist, and they could be completely different to what you imagine, or how they present themselves. It's all down to that fake persona as well. Like, they could be completely more dangerous in the flesh than they are, like for example, me right now, like you watching me. As soon as I turn this off, I could say, well, there's another video for, like, I don't know, the dweebs or whatever. So yeah, I could be completely different to what I am. I'm not, because there's no point, and like, this is, like, I am me, and etc. But you get the idea, like, this person could have, well, it turns out he did have a fake persona. He was Malcolm, of course, but it's that lesson, isn't it? Like, people could be completely different. There's a few lessons going around, isn't there, in this episode? But yeah, people could have a completely different backstory to what they have, to what they tell you across the good old webs. So yeah, but it was fun to go through. Like I said, the idea was really decent, especially since it does pay homage to Age of Ultron. But then again, like, I always say that Age of Ultron wasn't, it's probably my least favorite, like, Avenger movie. But it doesn't mean, okay, well, the concept of Ultron was absolutely shit. Although I do think that the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., like, what they did was way better than what happened in Avengers Age of Ultron. So yeah, but that was episode number 8 of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. We only got 4 episodes left to go of season 1, and I've really enjoyed this show so much. So yeah, but yeah, I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!